Today I want to talk about something that many of us often shy away from, but that holds incredible power: embracing solitude and finding strength in your own company. We live in a world that constantly pushes us to be connected, to be social, to be part of a crowd. Social media fills our lives with images of togetherness, laughter, and community, but in this frenzy, we often forget the profound value of spending time alone. Solitude isn't a punishment, it's a gift. A sacred space where we can reconnect with ourselves, reflect on our lives, and discover our true potential. When we learn to embrace solitude, we unlock a reservoir of strength that can propel us forward, allowing us to face the world with renewed confidence and purpose. Imagine for a moment what it feels like to step away from the noise, to turn off the distractions, and to sit in stillness with yourself. In that quiet space, you might hear your thoughts more clearly, feel your emotions more deeply, and uncover dreams that have been buried under the weight of expectations. Solitude gives us the opportunity to explore who we are, separate from the influences of others. It's in these moments of solitude that we can reflect on our values, our passions, and what truly matters to us. This self-exploration is crucial because it sets the foundation for everything we do in life. Many people fear solitude because they equate it with loneliness, but let me tell you, there's a vast difference between the two. Loneliness often comes from feeling disconnected or unwanted, while solitude is a conscious choice to step back and spend time with yourself. When you embrace solitude, you are taking control of your life. You're saying, I don't need the validation of others to know my worth. In those quiet moments, you begin to realize that your thoughts, your feelings, and your dreams are just as valuable as anyone else's. This is where true strength is born, when you understand that you are enough just as you are. As we delve deeper into this topic, let's think about the transformative power of solitude. Many of history's greatest thinkers, artists, and leaders have used solitude as a tool for creativity and innovation. Think about it: when you're alone, you have the freedom to think without boundaries. You can brainstorm ideas, dream without limits, and connect the dots in ways you never could when surrounded by distractions. This is where your most authentic self can shine. When we allow ourselves the space to think deeply, we become more in tune with our inner voice. And that inner voice often knows the path we need to take. Let's not forget that embracing solitude also allows us to recharge. In a society that glorifies busyness, we often forget that our minds and bodies need time to rest and rejuvenate. When we take a step back, we can regain our energy and focus. Think about how often you feel overwhelmed by the demands of everyday life. Taking time for yourself isn't selfish, it's essential. It's in those moments of stillness that you can gather your thoughts, reflect on your goals, and prepare yourself to face the world with renewed vigor. Now, I know that stepping into solitude can feel daunting at first, especially if you're used to being around people all the time. But here's the thing: it's a skill that can be developed. Start small. Set aside just a few minutes each day to sit quietly, whether it's in your home, a park, or wherever you feel comfortable. Use this time to breathe, to reflect, or even to meditate. As you grow more comfortable with these moments of solitude, gradually increase the time you spend alone. You'll be amazed at what you can discover about yourself. As you embark on this journey of embracing solitude, it's essential to be gentle with yourself. There might be times when it feels uncomfortable, or when your thoughts seem overwhelming. That's okay. Acknowledge those feelings and allow them to surface. It's all part of the process. Embracing solitude doesn't mean you have to have everything figured out. It simply means you're willing to explore the depths of your mind and heart. In solitude, we often confront our fears and insecurities. This can be tough, but facing those feelings head-on is crucial for growth. When we allow ourselves to sit with our discomfort, we begin to understand it better. We learn that our fears don't define us; they are simply thoughts that we can observe and move through. This realization is empowering. It teaches us that we are stronger than we think, and that we have the power to shape our own narratives. Furthermore, embracing solitude opens the door to creativity. Think about some of your best ideas or moments of inspiration. They often come when you least expect them, maybe during a quiet walk or while sitting in a peaceful cafe. When we allow our minds a space to wander, creativity flows naturally. It's like giving your brain permission to explore without the constraints of deadlines or judgments. As you cultivate this practice of solitude, remember to keep your focus on what brings you joy. Engage in activities that resonate with your spirit. Read that book you've been meaning to dive into. Write in a journal, paint, or simply enjoy a cup of coffee in silence. Find what nourishes you and make time for it. This isn't just about being alone, it's about being with yourself in a way that feels fulfilling and enriching. In closing, I urge you to embrace the power of solitude. Understand that in those quiet moments lies the opportunity for profound growth, reflection, and creativity. When you learn to find strength in your own company, you become more resilient, more self-aware, and ultimately more capable of facing life's challenges. Solitude is not something to be feared, it's a space where you can discover the depth of your potential and the richness of your own existence. So take that leap. Allow yourself to step into solitude and see what incredible strengths await you there. Thank you for joining me today. Embrace your journey and remember that sometimes the greatest strength lies in the moments we spend alone with ourselves. In a world that often pushes us to conform, to fit into boxes, and to follow the crowd, taking the time to truly understand who you are can feel like a daunting task. But let me tell you, there's immense power in that journey. It's a path that leads to clarity, purpose, and the authentic version of yourself that's been waiting to be uncovered. Walking alone isn't about loneliness, it's about liberation. It's about creating space for introspection, reflection, and growth. When we walk alone, we're given the opportunity to strip away the external noise, the expectations of others, the societal pressures, the judgments that cloud our minds. In solitude, we can confront our true feelings, desires, and fears without the influence of those around us. Think about it. When was the last time you took a moment for yourself? Just you and your thoughts. It can be uncomfortable at first, but it's in that discomfort that we often find the greatest insights. Self-discovery is a process, and like any journey, it requires courage and patience. As we embark on this journey, we need to embrace the idea that self-discovery isn't a destination, it's an ongoing exploration. Life is filled with twists and turns, and with each experience, we learn more about ourselves. Each challenge we face, each decision we make, and each moment of reflection teaches us something valuable. So when you walk alone, take time to reflect on your experiences. Ask yourself deep questions. What do I truly want? What are my passions? What makes me feel alive? It's in those moments of inquiry that we begin to uncover the layers of our identity. Let's talk about the role of introspection and self-discovery. Taking the time to sit quietly with your thoughts can be incredibly revealing. Whether it's through journaling, meditation, or simply taking a walk in nature, these moments of introspection allow us to tap into our inner wisdom. We can process our emotions, articulate our dreams, and confront our fears. It's a space where we can be raw and real with ourselves. Don't shy away from the difficult emotions. Embrace them. They are teachers guiding you toward a deeper understanding of who you are. Now, I want you to consider the impact of solitude on creativity. When you walk alone, you open the door to inspiration. Life has a way of throwing challenges at us, often when we least expect it. And in those moments, it can feel like we're standing alone against the world. But I want to tell you that there's incredible power in resilience, especially when it comes from a place of isolation. You see, isolation isn't necessarily a negative experience. It can serve as a crucible for growth, a place where we can confront our struggles head on and emerge stronger than before. When you find yourself in moments of solitude, it's an opportunity to dig deep and discover what you're truly made of. In the face of adversity, we often have to rely on ourselves. We have to tap into our inner strength and confront the challenges that lie ahead. This is where resilience comes into play. Resilience is not just about bouncing back from hardships, it's about growing and evolving through them. It's about learning to thrive, not just survive. Think of those moments in your life when you felt isolated, when the weight of the world seemed to rest solely on your shoulders. Those moments can be incredibly daunting, but they also present us with a unique opportunity to reflect and recalibrate. Isolation gives us the space to be honest with ourselves. In the hustle and bustle of everyday life, it's easy to lose sight of who we are and what we want. But when we're alone, we can reflect on our values, our dreams, and our goals. This time spent in solitude can become a powerful catalyst for change. It allows us to assess our situations objectively and to make decisions that align with our true selves. Embracing this isolation can be uncomfortable, but it's often in that discomfort where we discover our greatest strengths. Now, let's talk about the importance of perspective. When we face challenges alone, we're forced to confront our own thoughts and emotions without the influence of others. This self-reflection can lead to greater clarity about our circumstances. Instead of being swept away by the opinions and judgments of those around us, we can form our own understanding of our situation. This clarity allows us to create a plan of action, to set goals, and to move forward with confidence. It's all about taking ownership of our lives and our decisions. But let's not kid ourselves, walking the path of resilience through isolation is not easy. There will be moments of doubt, fear, and uncertainty. You may question your abilities or wonder if you have what it takes to overcome your obstacles. This is normal. The key is to embrace those feelings, acknowledge them, and then push through. Remember that resilience is built through perseverance. Each time you face a challenge, each time you push yourself to keep going despite the odds, you're building your strength. Another crucial aspect of resilience is adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and we must learn to adapt to changing circumstances. When we find ourselves isolated, we often have to rethink our strategies and approaches. This is an opportunity to become more resourceful and innovative. Embrace the idea that setbacks can lead to breakthroughs. If one path doesn't work, don't be afraid to pivot and try another. Adaptability is a skill that can serve you well throughout your life, not just in times of isolation. As you navigate your own challenges, it's essential to cultivate a positive mindset. Your thoughts have incredible power over your reality. When you're isolated, it can be easy to slip into negative thinking patterns, to focus on what's going wrong instead of what's going right. This is where resilience is truly tested. Challenge those negative thoughts. Replace them with affirmations that empower you. Remind yourself of your past successes, of the obstacles you've already overcome. Celebrate your strengths and acknowledge your progress. A positive mindset can turn isolation into a time of growth rather than despair. Community is also an important factor to consider, even in isolation. Just because you're physically alone doesn't mean you have to feel disconnected. Reach out to those who support you, those who believe in your journey. Share your thoughts and experiences with them. This doesn't take away from your solitude, rather, it enriches your experience. Vulnerability can be a strength, and sharing your struggles can lead to deeper connections. It reminds us that we are not truly alone in our challenges. Others have faced their own battles, and by sharing our stories, we can inspire and uplift one another. Let's also talk about self-care. In moments of isolation, it's easy to neglect our well-being. We might fall into unhealthy habits or let our physical and mental health take a back seat. But this is the time when we need to prioritize ourselves the most. Engage in activities that nurture your mind and body. Exercise, eat well, meditate, or simply take time to enjoy nature. Self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity. When you take care of yourself, you're better equipped to face the challenges ahead. As you continue to walk your path of resilience, remember that setbacks are not the end of the road. They are merely stepping stones to your growth. Embrace failures as learning opportunities. Each stumble teaches us something valuable, something that can shape our future decisions. Don't shy away from the lessons that come from hardship. Instead, lean into them and use that knowledge to fuel your journey forward. And as you grow through your challenges, take the time to reflect on the progress you've made. Acknowledge the strength you've developed through isolation. Every small victory counts. Celebrate your resilience. Each time you rise after a fall, each time you push through adversity, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. This journey is uniquely yours, and it's filled with the potential for greatness. In closing, I want to remind you that resilience is a powerful force that lies within each of us. Walking the path of resilience through isolation is not just about enduring challenges, it's about embracing them as opportunities for growth. Use this time to reflect, to adapt, and to cultivate a positive mindset. Lean on your support network, prioritize self-care, and remember that you are stronger than you realize. When you face challenges alone, you tap into a wellspring of strength that can propel you forward. So take that journey, own it, and emerge as the powerful individual you were always meant to be. Thank you for being here today, and may your path be filled with resilience, growth, and unshakable strength. The journey of independence is one of the most transformative experiences we can undertake in life, and walking alone plays a vital role in fueling that personal growth. In a world that often pushes us to conform, to seek approval from others, and to fit into predefined molds, there's something profoundly empowering about stepping away from the crowd and forging your own path. When you walk alone, you give yourself the opportunity to truly explore who you are, what you want, and where you want to go. It's a journey that can be intimidating, but it's also one that holds incredible potential for growth and self-discovery. Think about it for a moment. When was the last time you took a step back and spent time alone with your thoughts? In our fast-paced lives, it's easy to get caught up in the noise of the world around us. We often find ourselves seeking validation from friends, family, or social media, but walking alone allows us to silence that noise. It creates space for reflection, for introspection, and for understanding our deepest desires. It's in those moments of solitude that we can connect with our true selves and gain clarity about our values and aspirations. Embracing independence often means facing